So let's imagine you had a dad, right? Yeah. Anyways, hold on. So what I'm doing in today's video is I'm going to NBA 2K21. I'm going to be doing my league stuff from now on, you know. It's time to move away from Park a little bit. I'm trying to do more my league stuff, my NBA. And in today's video, I want to get all the NBA players that had a dad that played in the NBA and replace him, okay? There's actually only 10 players that can do this. There are some players that have dads that play in the NBA, but they're too bad to not even be in 2K. So that's kind of a thing, but for the most part, we have 10. But before this video starts, get pasa to the pack. It is Pack here,
AKA your mama's best friend.
and before this video starts, be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. Let's get to 300,000 subscribers. That would be clutch. Help me get there, please. Okay, so I'm in NBA 2K21, right? So I want to show you first the roster. After I show you the roster, I'm going to simulate an entire season and see how it turns out. But let's start off with the first one on this list that I made, or these players that I made. The Orlando Magic. We straight up replaced Cole Anthony with his father, Greg Anthony. Cole Anthony was about like a 75 overall, while Greg Anthony an 81 overall. So we're talking about a massive increase for the Orlando Magic. Now Vucevic gets like another option that can help him with Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, and now Greg Anthony, a really good point guard. This is good for them. I mean, I think the Magic could make the playoffs now, for sure. Now, Greg Anthony doesn't have like an amazing career. Like, he had some good seasons in Portland. Memphis was his most popular one, with a 14 point per game season. He had some seasons with the Knicks. So he had some time, but Cole Anthony is obviously not as good as Greg Anthony at the moment, right? So that's why we're here. The more important one, and I kind of want to go over this one at the same time, is the Warriors. Okay, so we have Del Curry replacing Stephanie Wardell Curry. So Del Curry, Daddy Curry, he actually has another son, but we'll talk about him in a little bit. But Del Curry has really good seasons with the Hornets. A lot of seasons, 16 points, 16 points, 15 points, 16 points. I mean, he is a consistent scorer, 85 overall. Now on the Warriors, obviously the Warriors get a lot worse here. Del Curry wasn't this like crazy isolation player either, so it's not going to be easy to get buckets on this team. But we have another player as well, and that is, who he might not even play, Michael Thompson. Michael Thompson, he's the father of Klay Thompson. I mean, Klay Thompson wasn't even playing this season anyways, so it's kind of the same thing. But who knows, maybe Michael will get a couple minutes here and there. But Michael Thompson was the father of Klay. So Michael actually has some pretty good seasons with the 18 point per game season on Portland, 20 point per game season. I mean, he had good seasons, but for whatever reason on the Lakers, he wasn't good. So they gave him a 70 overall rating. I mean, I could give him like a much higher rating, but like, I mean, I think it would only be like a 20, like an 85 overall if anything. Should I do it? You know what? Let's upgrade it. I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for not giving people like the benefit of the doubt when they're clearly good. I'll just do like update literally everything by a little bit and just see what happens. His game obviously is not going to like translate as well in today's game, but like, who cares? As long as he's like a little bit better and gets playing time, I guess obviously I'm happy with this. Okay, so now he's an 84 overall. We're confirming the changes, so let's go back to them. So now we have Del Curry and Michael Thompson as the new Splash Brothers, but they're not really that at all. But Del Curry 85 overall, Michael Thompson 84 overall, two best players on this team. Plus you have Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins. Like, you can make this team work. I don't think they're gonna win a championship or anything, but they could win some games. Might as well get this one out of the way now, because we already talked about him. Up next is we have his brother Seth Curry being replaced with Del Curry as well, but because Seth wasn't as good as Steph, I got the Hornets actual player version of Del Curry rather than the prime Del Curry added onto the Sixers. But you're literally replacing Seth with Del. That's literally all you're doing with this. Like, there's no difference. Oh, so for the Mavericks, they actually get a huge upgrade. Tim Hardaway Jr. gets replaced with Bobby Hardaway. Tim Hardaway was a demon point guard who actually had a killer crossover, and the Mavericks could use a third option like that. They need somebody that can be a third option like that. And Tim Hardaway is considered better than Porzingis. I mean, he had good seasons with Miami, I know that for sure, and also with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, 23 point per game seasons. He's a baller. So this is actually a huge upgrade. Luka gets a little bit of help. Even though Luka's a point guard, they can make him small forward. I mean, what are they doing here? Really have Luka at the small forward. I mean, this team could actually win it all. Who knows? This actually could be a huge upgrade. This one's kind of dumb, but for the Lakers, Wesley Matthews gets replaced with his dad, Wes Matthews. They have the exact same rating in 2K, 73 overall. There's going to be no change for this at all, except they kind of get a backup point guard, but like, You have Caruso, so it's like whatever. One that's pretty big with the Cleveland Cavaliers, you have Larry Nance, the dad. Yeah, not Larry Nance Jr. We're replacing him with Larry Nance, now an 88 overall, making him clearly the best player on this team. And this is a pretty big upgrade. Now that you have Colin Sexton, Andre Drummond, or I guess Jared Allen, whoever you want. You have Kevin Love, who's not going to be terrible off the bench, and Larry Nance. And Darius Garland, like, bruh, this is actually a really, really good team. In the East, they can make the playoffs for sure, like easily. I don't know if Larry Nance's game is going to really fit. I mean, he's kind of like a non-playmaking Ben Simmons, just plays defense and dunks. But still, I mean, hey, why not? Another huge one is with the Knicks. They replace Austin Rivers with Doc Rivers. Ooh, kind of interesting. Prime Doc Rivers on this team. The defense, the playmaking, the shooting, and the finishing touch. Wall being in his prime with Julius Randle. You have Derrick Rose off the bench. Quickly could be shooting guard. RJ Barrett small forward. And then even Mitchell Robinson, like low key. Champions? No, but they could do something in the playoffs in the East. I mean, I think so. Hey, were they missing a point guard? Not really. But adding Doc Rivers did not hurt anybody. This could work out for the Knicks for sure. So for the Pacers, one that's kind of interesting is that Domantas Sabonis is being replaced with his dad, Arvydas Sabonis. Okay? Now here's the thing. They kind of play the exact same game. I don't know if this is really going to change the team at all. They have the same rating. They play the same game. The only difference is that Daddy Sabonis is 7'3". Yeah, dude's tall. So that's the only difference I see out of this. And you're gonna get a healthy TJ Warren. So like this might be better, but yeah, there's not a huge difference here if we're just being honest. And finally, another kind of small one for the Trailblazers is that Gary Trent Jr. gets replaced with his dad, Gary Trent, all the way in the back. Gary Trent's easily the worst rated player in this like video, 68 overall center. He had some seasons with Dallas. I mean, I can make him a little higher of a rating, but like this is his best season. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know what? Let's do it. It's only fair to Gary Trent to be important in this video. Here you go, Gary. I got you. So now we have prime Gary Trent as the starting center because he did have a prime, even though it wasn't like an amazing one. But he did have a prime. He's now the starting center for this team. He's over Enes Kanter. He's basically just like Nurkic that's not injured, but like not as good as Nurkic. But whatever, still. Hey, the Blazers get another person and they're already a really good team offensively, so this helps the team out for sure, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is simulate a season and see how well these teams and players and now that the fathers are gonna do. Let's see. All right, time to simulate the entire season and see where we're gonna be from the end of the year. Let's go. Okay, so at the end of the season, okay, the Sixers with now Del Curry instead of Seth are 55-27, so basically about where they were last season. It's not really a difference. The Hawks are actually winning a lot of games, I don't know why, but the Magic, 5th seed, now with literally just Greg Anthony. It changes that much. And the Cavs made the playoffs with Larry Nance before they weren't even a playoff team, so that's also insane. The Knicks just barely missed out just by 2 games of the playoffs, adding Doc Rivers, so I guess it just wasn't enough. The Pacers get way worse now when they get Daddy Sabonis, which is kind of weird, but I mean, I guess that isn't the craziest surprise. Now we go to the Mavericks being the 3rd seed in the West, so that's all they need. All that proves is that the Mavericks need like a 3rd piece, and they can start winning some games, man. And then you have the Lakers, which are worse now without Wesley Matthews, which is kind of weird. But the biggest one, the Warriors, man. The Warriors dropped off. They can't even get near the playoffs. They got way worse without Steph, which I guess makes sense, but damn. And now the Blazers with Gary Trent Sr. also can't. Like, they got bad. I want to look at some player stats for each team and see which players are good and bad. So Del Curry was the 4th leading scorer on the Sixers with 16 points per game, which sounds about right for, you know, prime Del Curry. And this is 81 overall Del Curry, not even prime Del Curry. That's crazy. Larry Nance gets the 2nd most points and 9 rebounds almost a game with 4 assists, a steal, 1.7 blocks on great efficiency. I mean, hey, Daddy Larry Nance helped him get into the playoffs, which is a big deal. With the Knicks, Doc Rivers gets 15 points on 9.6 assists. So, I mean, he is that playmaker that we all kind of knew with 2.2 steals and a good defender, but it just wasn't enough for the Knicks to win anything. Man, 2K just sleeps on the Knicks though, low-key. The Lakers, did Wes Matthews even play? Wes Matthews did play, 7 points? Okay, Daddy Matthews? He actually did pretty good. He actually got minutes, 3 assists as well, almost a steal a game. Pretty good efficiency. He actually played a good amount. He actually contributed to the Lakers team that barely made the playoffs though. With the Magic, Greg Anthony all the way down here with only 12.6 points per game with 8 assists, but they do make the playoffs, so I guess it's fine. But it is weird that he scored very little. With the Mavericks, Luka Doncic 31 points with Tim Hardaway with 23, both having 9 assists a game, but Tim Hardaway with 2.6 steals. So basically you add more defense onto this team with another option to score, and all of a sudden the Mavericks are contenders, and they might even win the championship. We'll simulate it in a little bit. Sabonis gets only 17 and 12. Well, only 12. I mean, kind of like Sabonis, but Sabonis gets more points. Or, sorry, DeMontis. Gary Trent only 9 points and 9 rebounds. Yeah, he did pretty bad. How are you a center and having 41% from the field? That's terrible. And then Del Curry, 22 points on the Warriors. While Michael Thompson, 13 with 9 rebounds. And this wasn't enough to get him into the playoffs in the West. James Wiseman, Wiggins were the only other scorers. You know it's bad when Nico Mannion is your 4th leading scorer, though. So those are everybody. Now what I want to do is simulate the playoffs, and we'll finish it here, okay? So let's simulate the first round. The only teams that have somebody that matters is the Lakers with the 5th seed, with Wes Matthews, with Daddy Matthews. You have the Mavericks in the 3rd seed. Let's see if they beat the Grizzlies. You have the Cavs now with Larry Nance. Let's see if they can make it past the first round. You have the Magic now with Greg Anthony. You have the Sixers with Del Curry, and not even prime Del Curry. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so the Lakers obviously make it past the first round, and now with Wes Matthews. Let's see if they can beat the Clippers, though, which is the 1st seed. The Mavericks obviously make it to the second round as well. Playing against the Suns, but they should be able to win with Tim Hardaway. So the Magic end up losing. So basically, Greg Anthony wasn't enough. And then the Cavs make it past the freaking Atlanta Hawks with Larry Nance, but they're playing the Miami Heat, who were the 7th seed, because the Sixers lost with Del Curry, which is insane to me. So the teams to watch are the Lakers, the Cavaliers, and also the Mavericks. Let's go. So now we have conference finals of the dads. We have Tim Hardaway versus Wes Matthews. Obviously, one's better than the other, but let's see what happens there. And then the freaking Cavs lose to the Miami Heat. So we have no one important in this side, but now it's seeing one of these teams are going to make the finals. Let's see who. Damn, the Lakers washed the Mavericks. Damn, Tim Hardaway, what happened? So now we have a Lakers-Nets final, which I am praying is happening in real life, bro. If this happens in real life, I might actually cry. That'd be such a high finals. But we have the Nets with that stupid super team of Blake Griffin, freaking James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, oh my god, versus Wes Matthews. Just kidding. Let's actually see who wins it. The Nets barely beat the Lakers. Barely beat the Lakers in 7 games when James Harden getting finals MVP. So let me see. In the final game of the series, we actually had Wes Matthews with 8 points. So like, hey, he kind of did something, but damn. You know, I actually would have simulated the game itself. Like, I would have shown y'all, but I'm not the Lakers or the Nets, so I couldn't even show you the finals. But still, at the end of the day, damn. That was a super close final. They lost 132 to 107, so it was a wash by the Nets. But still, like, apparently, the only team that really got affected was the Cavaliers and the Mavericks. But that is it. Is there any series that you want me to do? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.